Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Here in São Paulo, once I talked to a Taoist master named Liu Ximing, a very likable Chinese folk. And he told me that he felt like I was a content person, however, not enough steadfast. This was actually a very laudatory remark he made about me, because being content is the most important thing in life. If you're content with whoever you are, with whatever you do, whatever you have, then chances are you are a joyful person and also a person friendly to those next to you. So, to be content can be seen as the secret of life. Be you a Buddhist, be you a Hinduist, or a Stoic, or many other philosophies, for these philosophers, to be content is the most important thing, right? In my life, I followed the path of the logician, which is to be content with your logical skills, your logical ability. As long as you can think, you're happy, right? This is the idea. This is the idea many Stoics had. This is the idea some people in India have, and some people in China even have this idea also, that if you have your logical skills, you can be happy upon just that. And it is a possibility, and it is a beautiful and good life. It is a life to the side of goodness. You are forced for goodness in this manner, right? But I met some psychologists here who thought different. For them, this satisfaction upon being a logical person simply does not exist. It is impossible. For them, it was impossible. So they made interpretations, as is the feature to do. They made interpretations. They came up with the idea that what I wanted was someone to prove me wrong. I wanted to be actually humiliated, because this path of logic is impossible, and therefore I was wrong, and I knew subconsciously I knew I was wrong, and I wanted someone to prove me wrong in order for me to follow another path of life, which would be perhaps to give sex more importance in my life. Maybe they thought so. So there was this interpretation of these psychologists that a logical man is not a possibility. A man satisfied with his own logic is not a possibility. Therefore, I should be something different. And therefore, I wanted to be humiliated. I wanted someone to prove me categorically wrong. I wanted someone strong, steadfast, to tell me that, and to move me into other directions, into other ways of life. This was part of the tragedy of my life, these very wrong interpretations of these psychologists. Because at the end of the day, the path of the logician is a possibility. It may not be usual. It may not be the usual they have in their consultories in their offices. It may be not the usual they have there, but it is a possibility. Not so many people follow this path, but it is a possibility. And the Chinese guy back there was far wiser, far more perceptive of my person than these psychologists. He said I was a content person, and that was the most important thing. So this is what happened in my life. These wrong interpretations. And even now, some of them still keeping that is the truth. That I still want to be humiliated, that I still want someone to come and prove me wrong and to drive me into other paths of life, perhaps, probably, a path of life where I should give sex more importance in my life, or whatever. I don't know what else they consider really important in their lives. Sometimes it seems it's only sex, but maybe they give importance to some other subject as well. But anyway, it was preposterous. It was preposterous. They put me down dramatically, censoring me all the time suggesting me I was wrong, all the time suggesting me I wanted to be humiliated. This lasted for more than 30 years. And it was sometimes just a misunderstanding, but also a lack of a will to understand me, a lack of solidarity with me, a lack of trying to understand what I wanted to say, what I wanted to be, and so forth. So this is something that happened in my life. The path of the logician was not acknowledged as a possibility, right? So this is it for today. Remember, if you yourself, you are a logician, if you like thinking, if you think thinking fulfills your life, then you're right, and don't let any psychologist claim you wrong. Okay? So this is for today here in my channel. Thank you for following me. Please subscribe below.